I've had friends and family actually see my ads on Facebook and Instagram through Reels, and they message me and they say, "Hey, I love your ad. Like, yo, ha ha ha, like you're famous." Ha ha ha. So definitely, I feel like my face is out there, and it has been working for me, which is great. I've seen a lot of good leads. I think I've probably gotten like 60 or 70 leads, and out of those, I want to say like 7 or 8 of them are pretty good and qualified, and they'll probably purchase over the next maybe like a year.
Hey everyone, today I'm joined by Michael, one of our amazing clients, and a great realtor who we've been working with for the past 4 months. Michael, could you start by giving us a quick rundown of what you do and what is your experience in the industry?
For sure. Thanks for having me. So I've been a realtor for a couple of years now in downtown Toronto. I specialize in predominantly condos in downtown, but I also service the GTA. And I've been with Rashid and his team for the past 4 months or so.
Okay, so Michael, when we first connected, what did lead generation look like in your business?
Yeah, so I definitely had lead flow and deals going through. I would say predominantly those leads were coming through my brokerage. And so they had an online generating source of their own. And I would basically pick those leads up and use those, as well as, family and friends came with a small portion of it. So maybe family and friends were like 10 or 15%, maybe 10 or 15% from organic posting on TikTok and Instagram. And then the rest of it would have been my brokerage leads.
Okay, so Michael, I think it's fair to say that you had a consistent flow of leads in the business. Now, from your business standpoint, what made you decide to kind of give us a shot?
Yeah, so I really wanted to step away from my brokerage leads and start getting my own personal leads. It's just the split is a lot better through my own personal leads versus my brokerage. I didn't really want to rely on them as much. And so it was really just to generate more profit for myself. And, I could always use more leads and more lead generation and lead flow into my business. And just, I like to stay busy at work. And so the more the merrier.
All right, Michael. And now that we've been working together for 4 months and you've actually seen what it's like to work with us, how would you describe your experience with our services?
I love the service. The first thing I'll basically say is customer service. I think you guys are great on that. We have a WhatsApp group chat. And so you and your business partner, if I ever need something, you're always there for me pretty much like 24/7. So that's been great. Sorry, what was it? Can you repeat the question one more time?
Oh yeah, for sure. Just your, I would say, general experience with our services. What is it like?
Yeah, so the customer service has been fantastic. And, right off the get-go, I feel like you guys delivered. You started producing ads for me and started lead generation, which is great. So that's been fantastic. Do you want me to dive into a little bit about the progression that we've seen over the last 4 months?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Okay. So really, like when we first started out, I told you I serviced the GTA, and you kind of had me set up for North York, Scarborough, and downtown Toronto. And so we saw most of our leads initially from the North York area. I think half of them were pretty much rentals at that time. And so we slowly started to filter out the rentals and bring in more buyers. For the first month or so, I think most of them were unqualified or not exactly right for the area. And so over time, we moved away from North York and then moved over to Scarborough, where we started seeing some really good success. And I picked up a few good buyers from there, but I noticed that most of the people out in Scarborough really wanted to go and see places in Oshawa and Ajax,
Right.
which were just like a little bit too far east for me. And so over the last like 3 weeks to a month is when we started focusing on the downtown Toronto core, which is my bread and butter, selling condos. And you actually got me set up with an awesome video, which, started pulling in some really good leads right away. And yeah, it's just been getting better and better. And it's the area that I specialize in.
Okay. And do you feel like you've been getting a little bit more recognition with the videos potentially?
Yeah, now that you actually mention it. I've had friends and family actually see my ads on Facebook and Instagram through Reels, and they message me and they say, "Hey, I love your ad. Like, ha ha ha, like you're famous." Ha ha ha. So definitely, I feel like my face is out there, and it has been working for me, which is great. And it's just it's taken time, but for sure, I've seen a lot of good leads. I think I've probably gotten like 60 or 70 leads, and out of those, I want to say like 7 or 8 of them are pretty good and qualified, and they'll probably purchase over the next maybe like a year or so.
Yeah, okay. So Michael, in terms of the weekly one-on-one calls, as well as the ongoing support systems we have, what is it that had like the most positive impact on your daily operations in the business?
Yeah, so we do Monday weekly calls. I like to get them set up on Monday just because it gives me a good start to the week.
Right.
Really, we go over all the potential leads that I have, if I have any questions whatsoever. So that's great. I feel like they really just keep me accountable for what I need to do, how many calls I've done for the week, how many I need to do, following up with old leads.
Love that, Michael. And as we've been working together for the past 4 months, was there anything that kind of surprised you, hopefully in a positive way?
Yeah. I think your CRM system was what surprised me right off the bat. I think just because it's essentially, as soon as you get a lead, they will start receiving text messages right away, which I really loved. Because it's like, if I'm not available to service them immediately, well, one of the big things that I've learned in the industry is speed to lead, right? So as soon as you get a lead, you need to call them within the first 5 or 10 minutes. And maybe I'm not physically able to do that. Maybe I'm out on showings with someone. Maybe I have like a prior event or schedule. And so your CRM system has really set it up so that a text message immediately goes to them. And so that as soon as they've signed up, they know that I'm there for them, which is fantastic. Yeah, I think that really was great. What else surprised me? Actually, your training system surprised me as well. You have a ton of videos as well. So if you are new into the industry, maybe like you're like 6 months in or something, that really benefits. Or even if you're like 2 years, 3 years in, it's always great to hear other perspectives and just continue to learn. So I thought that was a good little surprise.
Hey, thanks so much, Michael. I'm glad you liked it. And a concern I hear sometimes from agents when they're deciding whether to join us or not is that our service will kind of fall off as the time goes and the results will get worse because we will kind of start paying less attention to you. What do you think about that?
So I've been with you guys for 4 months. You have definitely given me your undivided attention. I feel like if I ever need anything, you guys are always there for me, which is fantastic. I don't know what it's going to be like in a year from now. I have a feeling it's probably going to be the same.
I hope so.
Which is great. So yeah, I feel like you guys are just, our goals have aligned, right? And so whenever I need you guys, you're always there for me. Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Michael. I definitely feel the same way. And looking towards the future, how certain do you feel about our partnership helping you generate a steady stream of your own leads and therefore grow your business?
For sure. I mean, 100%. I plan on working with you guys for a long time. It's been a great service so far, and I think it's just slowly getting better and better, and we're progressing. I mean, I think we've moved from location to location. We've changed up our ads over time. The lead flow seems to be getting better and better. So, I think it takes time to get everything right. A lot of people want this immediate gratification, but I think a lot of it does come down to just giving it time, and delayed gratification is real, especially in our industry that we're in. Like it takes 2, 3, 4 months, maybe even a year to really close on a lead and to get them the home that they want and they need. And so, yeah, I think I'm just going to continue through the services, and it's slowly just going to get better over time. And I feel like the lead flow is just going to continue to be there. Yeah.
Hey, well, Michael, we've had a ton of pleasure working with you, and we're very confident in the way things are progressing. Thanks so much for your time. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, Rashid.